Today I'm doing things a little bit differently. I am kind of sick right now, so this is something that I should definitely not be doing, or something that I definitely should be doing. We'll figure out which one it is. I'm going to be going through the different types of Thai chilies and their importance in Thai food and how they're used and the different names. So these are the chilies. I'm James Jalokia, and this is Jimmy Eats World. So what we've got here is plik num, plik chi fa dang, plik chi fa kiao. These are really the same thing. Dang means red and kiao means green, so it's the same chili. This is plik yuak, which we're actually using for our dinner tonight. Nana's making some steamed yuak with pork, stuffed with pork. Here we've got plik kinu and plik kinu suan. Now this is funny because plik kinu literally translates to mouse dropping chili, mouse dropping pepper. So it's basically like mouse poop pepper. And then this one, plik kaliang. This is the big boy in Thailand. This one is the spiciest chili that they use in Thai cuisine. It's kind of a cross between a habanero and one of these, the kinu. So this is about 100,000 Scoville units. This one I estimate personally to be between maybe 150,000 to 250,000 Scoville units. This is it's got some good intense heat on it. So this one I'm not terribly looking forward to. These are about the same. These are maybe 80,000 to 100,000 Scovilles. And then the rest I really don't know. They're kind of negligible. They're 10,000, 15,000 Scovilles. So they're more for the flavor, the heat, or not as much for the heat. So, for example, these ones you'll see in dishes like that now, which is kind of a soupy noodle dish. Also, one of my favorites, pad kimao. They'll use this a lot of times to kind of deaden the heat of the plik kinu. And these ones are mostly used in nam plik, which is their chili paste and chili sauce. Really, really tasty nam plik. Okay, so I'm briefly going to go back over these just to explain which ones they are. Here we've got the plik num, plik chi fa dang, plik chi fa kiao, plik yuak, I'm sorry. We've got the plik kinu suan, and plik kaliang, the big boy of Thailand. I really enjoy this one. It's got a very floral taste. We'll go over that in a minute. I'm actually about to eat these right now. So again, this is the plik num. This is from our garden, right? So this is actually from our garden. We grew these outside. Again, they use these in a lot of the nam plik. So nam plik is their chili pastes and chili sauces. They'll combine these with what they'll do is they'll grill these and get a nice char on the skin, and then they'll put them in a mortar and a pestle with garlic and fish sauce, or mix it with fish sauce and all that good stuff, and makes a really, really tasty sauce. So it's fruity. It's good fruity. It's hotter than a jalapeno, that's for sure. It's actually hotter than I expected it to be. It's very much like it's like a banana pepper. I mean, it's got that fruitiness. It's got that slight citrusiness. Yeah, it's good. It's got almost that annuum, that bell pepper taste to it, which is not expected. So it's a tasty one. We're gonna have to keep growing these ones. All right, this one This is the Chifa Dang. This obviously stayed on the vine a little bit longer, on the plant a little bit longer than the Chifa Kiao, which is the green version. The same chili. This is less ripe. Actually, I'm going to start with this one first since it is less ripe. Wow. I've had this before, but I've never had it in its raw state. That's really good. It's very earthy, very vegetal. It's got almost a slight smokiness to it. That's really good. So I've had this in Nam Plik before. I've never had it in its raw state, and I'm really digging this one. I might have to use that for a snacker later on. We'll go for the Dang, Chifa Dang, Plik Chifa Dang, and see if this one has any different flavor profile. Of course it's going to. That is really good. This actually might have just become one of my favorite chilies. It's not terribly spicy. It's got maybe between 20,000 and 100,000, maybe not even 20,000, maybe 15,000 Scoville units on this. Somewhere between there, I don't know. Extremely fruity. Almost an apple-like taste to it. It's got that same smoky characteristic as the Kiao, the green one. This is one to take note of. I'm definitely, yeah, I like that one a lot. Okay, so now we've got the Plik Yuak. These are used a lot for stuffing. We actually did tonight. I'll show you some of that later on. You can stuff these. They also use these for the Nam Plik. So they'll do the same thing. They'll char it, and then they'll mortar and pestle and put it with garlic and various other aromatics, and then mix it with fish sauce, which most stuff here is. I absolutely love fish sauce, so that's great. I was not expecting this one to be terribly spicy, so we'll see how that goes. And it's not. It's good. Again, this is a lot like that. Like, it's got a thinner skin than, say, a bell pepper, but it's got that same profile, the same annuum, like what you find in that sharp vegetalness that you get in like jalapenos or bell peppers or related annuum. So I'm not sure if this is. I don't think that. So annuum, you've got different families of your chilies. You've got your annuum, which are your bell peppers and your jalapenos, and then you've got your really, really off the wall spicy ones, your chinense, capsicum chinense. That's like your ghost chilies and your habaneros and stuff like that. In Thailand, they have the frutescens. I don't remember how it's pronounced offhand, which is crazy. They have the frutescens. So really, Southeast Asia has a lot of these. Vietnam uses these ones in particular. Philippines has kind of like a cross between these two that they use, but they're all related. Tabasco. They're all related to the Tabasco pepper. So anyway, I'm digressing right now. I'm going to start on the spicier ones. This is the Kinu Suan, the Plik Kinu Suan. And again, that means mouse dropping chili, mouse dropping pepper. So ultimately, mouse poop. Yeah, it's spicier. It's got a very rosy taste to it, a very floral rosy taste to it. It's certainly not as hot. I've had hotter, so that didn't have the kick that I expected. But you can see why they use that. It is, it's got a slight bitterness to it. So it probably, I would imagine, cuts the sweeter foods. Yeah, that's really tasty. I don't have a lot to say about it because we're going to move on to the most important chili in Thai cuisine. This is the most widely used. Again, this is related to Tabasco chilies. It's about, give or take, it's about 100,000 Scovilles. So it's a little bit spicier. This is what gives Thai food its crazy spiciness. This one also has that surprising earthiness to it. Almost a... So quality in tasting foods, it sounds bad, but it's not necessarily bad. Almost a dirt-like flavor, which is where the earthiness comes from. So for example, mushrooms will have that earthiness. It's obviously a little bit more fruity than that. Very floral. Yeah, it's exactly why Thai food is what it is. At this point, I'm kind of stalling because I'm about to eat the kaliang, and I'm not looking forward to it right now. So this is pleat kaliang. This is not used as commonly in Thailand. You see it at the markets and stuff, but you don't see it in restaurants as often as... they don't use it as much as, for example, the kinu. The pleat kinu. So I'll tell you how this one is. It's good. That one is, yeah, that got me right in the lungs. So it's not as spicy as a habanero. It's definitely spicier than this one. So that is very floral. That is that's pretty much the most floral chili I've had in my entire life. It's spicy. I had to cut because I was choking on it and I had to get some water. It's spicy. It's really good. This is one we're also growing outside. It hasn't really started fruiting yet, but this is one I'm looking forward to growing. So anyway, so that wraps up the actual chilies of Thailand and what they're used for. And if you find these, absolutely, I recommend, especially this one, I recommend trying these out. And now you know where the chili in Thai food comes from. So the heat of the kaliang definitely creeped up on me. That's a face kicker. That is as hot as a habanero. I didn't give it enough credit last time. It's definitely, that's a kick right in the face right there. It's good. I'll definitely be growing more of those. So this is an example of the pleat yuak. What you can do with them. We actually made some. Actually, Nana made some stuffed chilies tonight for dinner. Very tasty. They've got that obvious sweetness of the fruit mixed with that pork is a perfect combination. Totally recommend looking for these in the market. Yeah. Yeah. The kaliang is still killing me. Look for this one if you're in Thailand. That's a killer. So that is just a little taste of the chilies of Thailand and their usage, their roles in their different dishes, their relative dishes. I'm going to tell you, Thailand has some of the spiciest food in the world, obviously, but it also has, in my experience, the best food in the world as far as their local foods go. I will be touching more on the local foods of both here, Vietnam, Indonesia, and other countries of Southeast Asia. I'm not going to just be doing weird things. So here is a touch on just some of those ingredients. If you have not had a chance to catch my blog, you can check it out at www.jimi.eats.world.com. Feel free to hit that subscribe button down there at the corner. And I am James Jalokia, and this is Jimmy Eats World.